Tuesday, March 10th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here along with you. A couple of web cameras across the state of North Carolina again this morning. The Avalon Pier web camera on the left, Beach Mountain Parkway camera on the right. And we do have some rain out there in some spots. I'll show you the radar here in just a moment. Temperatures yesterday were again on the mild side. No, not as warm as Sunday's values in most spots across the region, but still temperatures were not that bad there as our Monday unfolded for us. These are current 5 a.m. hour readings here on this Tuesday morning. A lot of 50s on the board, some 40s in the mountains. Most Piedmont, Sandhills, and coastal spots, though, anywhere from the low to mid 50s as we start our Tuesday. So here's the weather setup, an area of low pressure in Arkansas, and this warm front, really more of a stationary front than a warm front due to its very slow movement, but it's causing some uplift, some upward vertical motion here over parts of the Carolinas for a brief period of time this morning, and that has brought in some rain. So let me show you what it looks like on the more detailed modeling or high-resolution radar data, I should say this morning. There's a peek at Storm Tracker this morning. You see this batch of some primarily light rain lifting north throughout parts of the Piedmont and the mountain zones, more extensive, widespread area of rain through parts of Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee, and actually raining at a pretty good clip there over parts of Mississippi, and another little strip of some heavier rain down along the Alabama Gulf Coast region, and down into Louisiana too. That batch of rain in Mississippi extends down into Louisiana. That is with an area of low pressure that's very slow moving. Now again, the upper level pattern not moving a great deal. Here we are today. Notice this big trough back here over the middle part of the country. You go on out to Friday, and it's still basically there, with some disturbances pivoting through that overall trough. But then as we get into the weekend, that's when the pattern changes. That'll drive a cold front in here, and I think by Sunday, Monday, we're in really good shape weather-wise. But between now and then, kind of a damp weather setup. Now, here's the overall look today. That front slowly lifting to our north, and as that does so, I think mainly just some lingering clouds today. Can't rule out a couple of showers this afternoon, but most of us dry once we get past this morning, and again, maybe a shower or two tonight, but same deal. Most of us probably rain-free. Mild temperatures today. There's a look at our highs across the region. Pretty mild Tuesday weather. Tomorrow, a better chance of some rain as a cold front slowly moves through the area, so a pretty good opportunity for some rain, maybe even a few thunderstorms too. And your high temperatures Wednesday, pretty warm, maybe 83 in Columbia, Fayetteville, and Charleston, 73 possibility in Charlotte, mid-70s in Raleigh, close to 70 in Greensboro, mid-70s in Atlanta too. And then a different weather setup for Thursday. Here's the overall deal here as we do get into Thursday. First of all, you see those cooler temperatures moving in, only 50s for a lot of the foothills and the Piedmont zones. And there's the reason why. That is a strong area of high pressure. And I'll show you this on the high-resolution modeling here in just a minute. It really classic cold air damming setup. And then it looks like the best period of rain in this setup will come anywhere from Thursday night into especially Friday, as you get a lot of moisture riding up and over that dome of high pressure, and the setup is a chilly, wet scenario across the region for Friday. So here's the deal rain total wise. This is the GFS model today and tomorrow. Biggest totals west of the mountains, and then the heavier totals try to move eastward Thursday and especially Friday into Friday night. But again, these totals have come down a bit over the past couple of cycles once you get east of the mountains. And these are probably more realistic rainfall potential totals east of the mountains. And again, Saturday, I should say Friday rather, pretty chilly. A chilly, rainy day Friday with those highs in the 40s in many of the favored cold air damming spots across the region. All right, so here's a look at the GFS, the 0Z run from today. It's forecasted high temperatures for Wednesday, for tomorrow, and you can see some of those really warm temperatures across really much of South Carolina and southern and eastern North Carolina, and have to see exactly how much of that warm air can work further to the northwest. But along with the warmer temperatures comes a little bit of instability. These are the CAPE values, the convective available potential energy, basically a measure of atmospheric instability. Not much, but a couple hundred joules of CAPE there creeping up into parts of areas of the Carolinas, basically south and east of Interstate 85. And so that's why there may be a few rumbles of thunder involved in some spots as we go through our Wednesday afternoon and early Wednesday evening. That's what the precipitation chart looks like from the GFS for tomorrow. All right, we go on out to Thursday, all right, and that's when we get this wedge really set up. That is a very pronounced looking wedge signature. Rainfall not overly heavy in many spots, and it's one of those deals where on Thursday, the further north and east you go, you might wind up with a dry day over much of northeastern North Carolina into central and eastern Virginia. But then as you head further to the southwest, rainfall picking up across South Carolina into western North Carolina and southern North Carolina. And again, this is an extension of that big high pressure over southeastern Canada. That is a pretty classic cold air damming configuration there across the Carolinas for Thursday into Friday. So that's Thursday early evening. Let's go out to Friday. There's your wedge, still very much in place. See those isobars packed into the areas east of the mountains. And again, this extends down from that big area of high pressure off to the north. You can follow the track of that higher pressure all the way down into the Carolinas. And Friday looks chilly. These are Friday's highs off the GFS. Now, when I showed you this chart yesterday, it had highs in the 30s. I didn't really go that cold with my forecast, and now this lines up pretty well with what I had going in my public forecast for yesterday. I think Friday probably hovering in the 40s, and rain pretty much throughout the day Friday. Now, what about the weekend? A lot of outdoor plans this weekend. Saturday will be the day that the wedge breaks down, but it looks like the clouds will be stubborn throughout much of the day Saturday. Probably not a lot of overly heavy rain. Rain probably focused early in the day Saturday with a drying trend as Saturday unfolds. You can see there's Saturday afternoon's precipitation. Not a lot across the Carolinas. So that's Saturday morning, and then that's Saturday afternoon. And then finally by Sunday, we're in great shape. This is midday Sunday. Big area of high pressure building in. I think sunshine returns Sunday, and then we see really a nice setup early next week. Let me show you the European model solution, just step you through the days this week really quick. Thursday, some mainly light rain creeping in as the wedge sets up. Friday, the wettest day of the week with that chilly, rainy scenario unfolding. That's Friday morning. That is Friday evening as that swath of rain moves through. There's the European representation of, midday Saturday. Again, some light rain trying to linger through the first half of the day with a lot of clouds. And then again by Sunday, there you go. We're in good shape. Cold front sweeping through. And then that maybe pushes some cooler air. This is all the way out to Tuesday of next week. In and out, transient in nature, but maybe a shot of some chillier weather by the middle part of next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. All right, so that's it for today's edition of the video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.